Welcome to episode 86 of our Football Manager Hobo To Hero series. So, let's talk about recent results. I have a note here. Let's talk about recent results. So, I actually don't seem to remember, but the last thing the last match we played was the match that we won against Nigeri Sembilan, I think they're called. And I seem to recall, correctly, that we went one goal down, changed tactic, and had a good comeback at home. That said, that was only seen by 1,000 people, so that's not that much. Still above average for us, though. From the perspective of, the rest of the season on the league. Which, well, we are hoping that in the quarterfinal, maybe we draw Kuching or Sabah at home. That would be great. Local rivals or historic rival. Result, though, overall, we won against Kedah. That was kind of I don't know. It seemed like we dominated the match in a very decisive manner, but in the end, the result was rather low grade, I would argue, only by one goal. Not conceding, yeah, that's fine, but not as dominant as I would have wanted it to be. And losing against Kelantan is inexcusable. It's just the way it is. This also, I think this also comes up in the match performances here. Yeah, here. Disappointed to see the team lose. As am I. So, I don't know. The standard wasn't good enough in that match. That said, we did have the rotation afterwards, and that had an impact, apparently. So now I have a selection problem. Maybe some players are not as motivated as I would have wanted them to be. In general, though, I think we can be pretty happy with the performances so far this season. Should probably just have a look at it here. The board seems to be happy with it so far, so that's okay. And apparently we also play possession football. Well, who could have known? Alright, yeah, that brings me straight to competition review, I guess. As you can see here, avoiding relegation will probably be met, come to think of it. Being competitive in the Shopee Piala FA is probably something that we will achieve, given that we managed to go all the way through to the quarterfinal. And being competitive in the Piala, whatever it's pronounced, that is, I think, the game that starts the season. So we won that one. Yeah, alright. So we succeeded there. I wanted to have a look at injuries. Overall risk of injury seems to be fairly high for some players here. We may want to include some rest sessions there. And then we have the question of happiness. Rest sessions. There's happiness dynamics usually, and here we go. The only concern so far, with the exception maybe of Da Costa Lima, who's only slightly happy due to being transfer listed most likely. The only issue is Diego, and Diego will be gone. We won't play him anymore. He can complain as much as he wants, but we'll sell him. I don't think he's on the list already. No, not yet. But together with Diego, we will probably achieve a transfer revenue of approximately 10k in the season, roughly speaking. I did not expect it at the start of the season, to be honest. So that makes up for some of the expenses that we have, in particular, Jonathan here. Hopefully he provides a little bit more than the free players did. No. No, I didn't. I think the menu might have shifted though. Give me a second. The stickers should very much still be available. There was, you remember, I think a few days ago that I mentioned that I put it into, how's it called? It's no longer a component. Give me a second, I'm trying to find it here in Twitch. My extensions. It should be a panel now, just like Blurb. So the latest followers should be a component, and blurb as well as stream stickers is a panel, so you can pop it out and have it in a separate window. I hope that makes it easier, because it does not obstruct the view anymore of the video. If that is not how you want it to be, we can obviously change it back. And stream stickers itself is very much active. Because, well, it is. Yes, it is. It must be under the stream, I think. So, I only know from desktop view, but on the desktop view you have it if you just scroll down on the page. It's well, directly under the video, in the about section, I think. I should probably not open up my own stream, otherwise I will get echo. But should be there somewhere. As I said, I can't just relocate it. It's just not possible on the fly, I think. And well, I was given the feedback that, for example, the blurb component as well is not well placed as a component. So I was told maybe as a panel it's better. That's why I changed it. And I thought to myself, well, it's probably the same for stream stickers. And it kind of makes sense. You don't want to obstruct the video and whatever, my pretty face, I guess, in case you want to place a sticker. So, okay. So maybe test it for, I don't know, a stream or two. And if you insist, like, don't want to take away the, okay. So if it is just annoying to find or to use that way, feel free to tell me. But give it a try, maybe. I don't know what's better. I don't have a strong opinion on it. That said, I tried for other streams. So as an, how's it called now? Not component. As a panel. It should be a panel. Okay. The issue is, as a component, that's the way you just said, it can't be popped out, if I recall correctly. So you cannot put it in a separate window. And for people that have a second screen, for example, which is pretty common if you're on desktop, then you can't pop out the menu and put it on another screen. But, you know, I guess it's a matter of taste. So if you think differently about it, sure. That said, there should also be the component about the blurb sounds. It's obviously not competitive from a bits perspective, but that's not what I did include it for. True. Well, okay. Maybe I can't just get rid of that plugin anyway. Not sure what it all. I need to look at it again. But the blurb extension panel, the blurb panel does also include the option to do to play the blurbs from channel points. So if you are a fan of sounds only, you can pay them from your channel points. So you don't have to pay in bits for that part. Well, I don't know. I guess you can phrase it that way. I doubt it though. I'm not. Followers do not seem to be a good metric for the popularity of a stream, as you can probably tell by now. Because, well, you're the only one around right now, as far as I can tell. Maybe there's other people, I don't know. It has a delay in showing up. but well,
tell me why.
Well, I don't know. Well, anyway, thanks for using the stickers and all, and obviously I can just place it back there. Oh, I wanted to deal with potential injuries. We will not have our players injured. So, he's still out for a day. Let's give him another day. Yeah, I don't know if it, you tell me. Is it possible to pop it out as well if it is part of the chat or whatever it, wherever it is? So the way it was earlier. Thank you very much, Mies, and welcome to the stream. Seems like he's fairly familiar with the placement already. Great. Now we have all sorts of sounds all day on the stream. By the way, I did not do the additional sticker just yet that you recommended to be done journal. It's just like 0 time. So, yeah. That's still... This will be annoying at some point, but so far I like it. Where is it? Training rest. Hi! Welcome back, man. So we will rest all of these and the rest of them, that's fine. Okay. Where was I? Well, just to recap for you two, next match is against Terengganu. And the last few matches went fairly well with the exception of the one against Kelantan. That said, the results are better than the performance for the most part, so we gotta be careful about complacency. There's also something else that I didn't talk about just yet. This. So, it is recommended that we sign under 20s players. Yes, I was aware because I read up on it on Spiegel, I think. So Spiegel Online, whatever. Due to being related to SS runes, I think. Visually, I didn't see a picture though. But sure. I very much like them too. I think this is great. It is. So... Okay. Burda wants to stay. I don't even know the guy. Let's remove him from the short. Well, I don't know. I'll keep him. Terengganu coming up. Terengganu obviously is one of the easy games. Well, whose idea was it then? I can't seem to recall. No, to be honest, I think all the credit should go to you anyway, Mies. Because without you, this stuff wouldn't exist. I wouldn't bother to deal with it. I'm not a designer. Fuck off, man! Not fair. Been a while since I've been called that. People tend to forget about Edward Snowden. I'm actually not sure what's going on with him. Well, I do. It's part of the brand. At least for this installment of Football Manager and Sarawak United, trains aren't on brand. It's just what it is. That's what all of this is about, right? Like, I guess we don't have hype trains or anything here, but that would certainly fit the bill is a very wrong way to phrase it. True, true, that's true. Well, I guess it translated well to this one, so I'm okay with it. What do we have here? A striker that is fairly fast. I've never seen one of these, as well as another striker that seems to be fairly slow actually, but has good acceleration and bad dribbling. Well, we'll see. Oh, well, but you also... You think? Would you say that it's a good idea to destroy another holy... What was it? That rock was a holy symbol for the natives. The Native Americans, hope I phrased that correctly. Don't want to be disrespectful. Prior to the US government defacing it with the heads of the presidents, if I recall correctly. Fun fact from history that I wasn't aware of until a few years ago. So, you know, depends on your perspective, I guess. We'll be able to deal with this somehow. This is not a wing, not a center back. Not sure what's going on there. Terengganu. I thought Terengganu was better. Look at that. 7 points of jumping and a 5. Oh, that's the one we know. By the way, this is a former player of ours. Well, lone player. They actually bought him? Oh, they signed him for free. Gets 300. Holy fuck. Yep. Okay. So, in general, I think this is a team that we can beat. It won't be easy though. Also, Malik's not registered for the senior squad. What do you guys think? Obviously hard to tell right now, but Malik as a ball-winning midfielder in the future? I'm specifically asking about giving him playing time from the bench. Okay. Well, I guess it might not be interchangeable to some people. I'm not sure. I don't own any land, and neither do I think I want to. It's just, it sounds like work. I'd rather play Football Manager than have to do stuff for owning land, whatever. There's easier ways to, I guess, possess something than land, or I don't know, real estate. Neither a big fan of that either. Alright. It's from Reddit. Well, in that case... That's a good one, though. I like it. So, now if anyone watches this later on, which will be 0 people, they can come to the Discord to see your wonderful memes. I guess that's the primary motivation to hang around the Discord anyway. The memes and the clips. Okay. Yeah, anyway, do you think this guy could be a useful addition to the squad in the medium term? I realize that he has bad personality and the star rating says bullshit, but if I try to find another player on a similar level, it's really hard to find somebody with stamina and strength, also teamwork and work rate. And the lowest attribute here is pace on a 5 of the sample that he needs. Well, I can't really judge the presidents and let him rot in the under-19s. I think he's in the under-21s, man. He doesn't cost a single cent. That's why he plays there. And funnily enough, there's some development. But sure, if this is your opinion. Well, also, on my really good note here, you can probably see by the nice writing, we still need a ball-winning midfielder replacement for Zakaria from time to time. That's why I was asking about him. We still need a central defender, number 3 or 4, depends on how you want to see the whole issue with Amamu, and maybe also Fakrola. And we could use an attacking midfielder center right to replace Baru or Juan Servin. Preferably one that's young. So basically Vandla Pekka Guit just with some potential and maybe some skill. And left-footed. Malik? Malik is not to be confused with Malik. That's different people. Malik is a player of the under-21s here. Where the hell is he? There. So I don't know if you remember correctly, I guess you might. He's not that, he's been around for a while. I am the Lord, you should listen to my options. So yeah, I don't know what you mean. He did play in the cup match for us. Didn't he? That doesn't help. Here. Played for 30 minutes in the cup match. So I guess that should suffice as an answer. Malik, on the other hand, well, he'll be around anyway. And I honestly think he will replace Ankuin at some point. In particular, given that he has... Exactly. But we can't register him just yet. So it's not a discussion for now. But I think you are correct. And actually he's better than Diego, by the way. Nope. Nope. Otherwise I would have told you. The draw is tomorrow. But, I think Chernallet has a point. That's where I'm coming from too. See? So obviously Diego is overall the better player. That's why we paid him for 300 euros a week, 230. I respectfully disagree. The cup? Yes, sure. Out with quit. I would want somebody with versatility. And as you might not like him, but at least he can play in different positions on the pitch to some degree. We also still have Harsi around, but you know, whatever. Olexa also. So I would not want yet another striker on the bench. I don't think that makes sense. Neither the winger, by the way. I don't think Carlos da Costa Lima makes sense either. Which we are trying to sell, and well, apparently there was some interest in him, but they did not come back with offers just yet. I'm still waiting for the message. Otherwise, I will get on by another 2k. Well, Omar is not available. That's it. Deal with it. He decided to go to the dark... No, we are the dark side. He decided to go to the light side. So, it's done. We might still convince him at some point, tempt him, but Omar is with Sabah. And he decided to go to the east. Whatever. May he play there, and may he never have a good performance against us. So, where was I? Yeah, well, Malek is, I guess, an appropriate replacement for now for Diego, but we might as well bring in somebody else. Preferably under 20 player, given that this is a goal of the club. You wanted to see the competition overview for the... that should suffice, shouldn't it? That's what you're looking for. Right, Mies? So, we don't know the winner of Perak versus Kuching just yet. Neither with Sabah against Armed Forces. I guess they play today? Not sure. We still have other clubs in the draw. And as you can see, there's also lower league stuff like Naga UKS, they're non-league. Bungaraya, well, Liga M3. WTS is also Liga M3. Penang too. So there are teams that we should absolutely be able to beat. But you know, no easy matches and so on. They did decide not to take part in the Liga M3 because they didn't have any money. and couldn't pay their players. Something like that. In fact, there's the cup matches here. Are we interested in any of these teams in particular? We might watch some of these. And Cushing is very close. Let's watch this. For the scouts, obviously, not for us. Cushing is out of the cup or of the league? Where? Did it just say? I didn't see it. Wrong menu, Chris. Oh no, Perak won by 3 goals. Well, that was to be expected. Still. Perak is doing really well this season. By the way, have a look at the top of the league here. If we don't get a win against Terengganu, they will probably not overtake us, but we may well fall out of the top 4. Yeah, Sabah would be decent, but obviously with us at home. And I just can't tell you yet. Draws today though. Shall we watch it? If it comes, we will watch the draw. Obviously big thing for us. Nobody wants Da Costa Lima. Terengganu aren't prepared to meet the asking price, are only willing to offer 11 point something K. So that is obviously more important. It's all about the money. Last time we offered for 24K. I don't need money now. I need money at some point. I would also be very happy to get paid after league appearances, in a way. So I will slap all of that in. And I will go down to 22, or maybe 20. Let's go 20. And also 25% clause, because, well, I can. Yep, I can. Draws today. So let's have a look at Johor first. We are. If I find it. Affiliated clubs. 0! No, definitely not. By the way, Chirnalat, he can't play Shadow Striker. He has no idea. Neither is he any good at it, and nor, well, he's a winger that can play a pass. What was the suspicion? I mean, I guess we can bring him along, or Diego, doesn't matter much to me. But honestly, I'm hoping that we can get rid of him. Okay. We didn't watch the draw. I pressed continue. That's sad. There we have it. That's our quarterfinal. Malek will not be possible, and I'm not sure if Selvarai is registered either. Yes, he is. So Malek is not registered for the league. But we don't need Selvarai, we need a defensive-minded midfielder. So I guess it's Umar? I mean, I'm not excited about the prospect, but that, or we just bring Diego until registration opens. I guess that's the easiest choice. Taking Diego along. I think it just makes sense. It's about the result, and Diego he didn't do anything to us. Other than not being the perfect choice right now. But he's still he's still useful in comparison to the others. I may well register one of the under-21s players next season. Well, not next season, after the next transfer window. been a long day. Also, this is not Saturday, this is Sunday. And this is on Friday. So, given that there's 3 people around right now, honest question, you all seem to be regulars. Is Thursday for you easier than Friday? Well, he's still better overall than one of the youngsters that does not know how to play there. I mean, who's registered? Umar it was. Umar's registered. In comparison to Diego, I guess defensively he might be better. Whatever, you know. Might as well play the youth at some point. We want him to be able to develop, so give him playing time. If it comes to it, that is. Also, he might, you know, double dip as a central defender. He's also fairly pacey, funnily enough. And not really a good... Yeah, he trains as a ball-winning midfielder. So, you have that right. Okay. Well, what a pity. Masha City won on penalties against Terengganu. And WTS defeated Penang. Well, so if we go past Perak, we should have an excellent chance to actually win this thing. I doubt, though, that'll be easy. Competition now says Masha versus Kelantan. That'll probably be won by Kelantan, if I like it or not, and we lost against them last match. Bungaraya versus Sabah. I don't have a strong opinion on that, but I expect Sabah to win it. And WTS against Johor, I think we know how that will turn out. At least, how I expect it to turn out. But this, we need to win this first. It'll be hard. So, did I forget anything so far? Maybe. Great. I think winning the cup gives an additional source of income. There's some sort of prize money, if I recall correctly. But it's only about the win. Rules. Final. 37k. Well, you had it right though. Given that he can't jump and he has no strength either, I set him to winning midfielder training because he has some of the other attributes. So he's not that bad. I would prefer the other guy, Malik, but he's not registered for the senior squad. So I can't change it now. And well, we need to make a decision for the future about that. That's one of the roles that needs replacement. Second guy behind Zakaria. It's on my damn transfer list, okay? I can't read that anyway, but it's on my transfer list. We need somebody. And that's also why Carlos da Castellima might leave, for example. He's just not on the list of the people that are needed. He doesn't fit the description anymore. I'd rather have the money. Thanks for the link, Mies. You might also post it in the chat if anyone else is interested. When was that though? Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I get that. But you might want to share with the rest so they know what you're talking about. Alright. Johari impresses. Who is Johari? Currently one of our defenders in the under-19s. Alrighty, why are you on cover duty? That doesn't make much sense. That must have been a misclick. There's an additional scout that applied for the position, not really interested in the person. That match against Perak will be hard. The one against Terengganu was not an easy one, but Perak this season is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. So apparently, I hope there's no videos in here. He sent me a link for a partnership between Johor DT and Borussia Dortmund, but it's an article from 2014. I don't know if it still exists to this day. Opposition report for Terengganu. Who's available here? Van Laupeka? Sure, give him 45 minutes. And give me a second. Where's the date? Yes, that's 1 day prior to the match. We can deal with that. So we know that this guy dribbles and he's not called frequently because he has 6 points of dribbling, I guess. Seems interesting though. He is, well, barely capable to cross, but I think they play him in a defensive manner, and his positioning is only a 7. Nama Tivan. Have a look. That's not what I was looking for. Doesn't show up at all here. Okay. Oh, alright. Well, maybe it does. So then the game's got it wrong. We can't look at it from the other way. But, well, if it doesn't show up here, it doesn't show up there. Dortmund 2, obviously, yeah. To be honest, I wasn't aware of any of these. Doesn't matter much to me. Yeah, going back to this. They are performing well above average defensively. Okay, interesting. Let's have a look at their tactical preference here. It says wing play in a 4-4-2. Wing play in a 4-4-2. Okay. Interesting. What kit would that be? We just had a look at that. Oh no. Nathaniel Wang. Who's Nathaniel Wang? That's something that's really annoying to me, by the way. That you can't click on that stuff in the menu. One here. Okay. Yeah. Marks well, tackles well, decent vision, decent passer. Wouldn't be too bad as some sort of segundo volante. Moves the ball to the right before dribbling, because he's right-footed. And a 7.58 is very impressive. Former Kuala Lumpur player, I might add. And they play a lot of passes, and in particular down the wing. Well, who could have known, given that they prefer a wing play tactic. And also, Motsulemi Modrani seems to be a good defender. Oh, we're looking for Modrani again. Close enough. There. A 17-year-old. Huh. Well, we can probably foul him a little bit. Okay. Not much to say about it, though. So, I need to do a bathroom break. I don't know, take a walk or something. We will be back in approximately 1.5 minutes, but hopefully we can keep the other break shorter prior to the match from that. So, BRB. What's the special kit, though? Didn't tell me. And thanks for sharing the article. Alright, let's see. The 16-year-old is still interesting, yes, that's true. Oh, he might have a slight interest in transferring now. Not bad. 70 to 100. He's bound to them. Transfer value 0 because, well, his contract might not run out, but they can't play under 17-year-olds if I recall correctly. So as soon as he drops from SSTMI, we might want to sign him. That or we sign him for free. Right now. We don't necessarily need a 16-year-old just yet though. Maybe for the under 21s, given the level of skill. Personality might need to change a little bit too. What do you think? Might be a signing for the next transfer period, despite not needing a right back just yet. But he might sit in the under 21s for us. If he accepts it. Or maybe as long as he accepts it. Well, I'm quite sure that 0 euros will go through. In fact... Oh, there's no selling team wage contribution. Sure. No issues. Because this is our affiliate club and, well, they cannot keep players that are older than 17 years old, I think. So this is a youth academy. The last time I wanted to offer a contract to him though, he wanted, I don't know, he wanted more money I think, or he didn't want to transfer at all. It was either of them. There was something wrong about it. But if we can push him... Oh, wage did go up. Yeah, thanks for being around, Mies. And I think we will... Well, depends a little bit on the time frame of the stream, but I think I will have gone through Terengganu at that point. But I might still do the next cup match, the quarterfinal against Perak. So feel free to check. And you're always welcome back, obviously. I would be willing to do that, yes. So let's start negotiations. He wants to be breakthrough prospect. I can live with that. It says 70 to 100 here. That's not too bad. I think we'll start with 60. And try to slowly creep upwards. This stuff obviously needs to go. 10% yearly wage from 60, that would be 5 euros a year, that's not too bad. I think I can actually keep that in. Sometimes, I tend to hate on that clause too much. If the magnitude of the percentage is, well, if the absolute magnitude is not that high, I don't think it matters much. Also this stuff. He probably won't accept, man. I mean, we can try, but he probably won't accept. See, he insists on a 2-year contract. He also insists on that stuff. Some way apart, he says. So I offered 60, let's make it 65. Insist on the 3 years, this stuff needs to go away. Or we try to include a clause that gives him an extension if he plays for 15 matches. In the final season, something like this. Usually they tend to accept that far more easily. Maybe put on an additional 25 euros. He's not happy. If we make it 70, include 75 here and maybe 85 here. I mean, I guess that would work. Make that 5% only. Still include the... where is it? That one. Do we want to pay... Yeah, well, I guess 70 is still on the lower side from what we expected, right? We'll try. He's pleased that we've almost reached a deal. So... previous offer was 70. Let's gamble. He might be released afterwards anyway. So it doesn't matter much to me. Clause. That one. Do I want to insist on a 3-year contract length? What happens if we don't get him? Then we miss out on the opportunity to sign a decently looking youngster, 16-year-old. We miss out on the opportunity to give him some mentoring from the character side that might or might not work. And we miss out on the opportunity to do it right now. But he will probably get released at some point by SSTMI or whatever they're called. So there's still a second chance. Yeah, but Badrul Hisham is our backup, or the other guy, depending on your perspective. We have 2 players in that position. Badrul Hisham is without contract. So this guy can make an appearance from time to time if somebody hurts themselves, or if we get rid of Badrul Hisham. Which, I don't have a strong opinion on. I know. So we have the opportunity to replace him if we want to. But want is a big thing. And for example, he is very inconsistent. So I'd rather not have him play repeatedly. If that makes sense. He can be slot in backup at some point or coming from the bench or something. But, you know, depends on the match, I guess. If we could change his character a little bit, sit him into the under-19s or the under-21s, that would certainly help. Give him another year. The only thing this guy has is time. That is available in abundance. Maybe even loan him out to somewhere. Give him additional match experience in the Liga M3. That seems reasonable to me. Then again, I mean, who am I to judge? I think I gamble it. I'll gamble for a long-term contract. So, effective wage budget cost, 90 euros. Which means 90 times 52 times 4. That's approximately, I don't know, 15 to 18k, depending on where we are in this year so far. This money that we want to spend on that player, do we think we will get that back? By either match performances or, you know, by resale value? Do we get back 15k for that guy? In some way? It does seem likely to me, at least. Do we know about his susceptibility to injury, by the way? Doesn't look like it. Alright. A gamble it is. Fingers crossed. Okay. I gambled, I lost. So we know it for next time. Either he improves until then, or he might even reduce his demands, depending on the contract status in the future. Okay. That'll do. So, I forgot about that, that is really important. There's 2 people around. Maybe. Yeah. Damn it. You have, I guess, 10 minutes to decide if you want to spend, well, if you want to bet channel points against the other person in the channel about the result of the next match. That's something that I wanted to establish around here. That said, if there's not enough people around and, well, you can't just lose, then I will cancel the prediction. So I will try to make sure that you will not have the possibility to lose channel points only. That makes sense. So if both of you pick the same option, obviously you can't win anything. But I'll keep it running for now. He can play in attacking midfield and also on the right. That said, he's not what I'm looking for. Also, he's 27. He's male. That would maybe do, but he's not much better than what we have. And also not what I'm looking for. Wage demand is also too high. That's interesting, but we have strikers in abundance actually, so nope. Kugan is 30 years old, I think that's pretty much all I need to say. And this one is 21. Rumley. Do I remember this guy? Maybe. Not sure. For an attacking midfielder or even shadow striker, he might do. That said, we have a player there that's way better. We do need a replacement for him, but not one that costs more than the primary option. That's just not useful. Doesn't make sense. Jordi T and Cushing provide top billing, that's great. Diego is still unhappy with the high amount of strength training. I'm not sure what he's going on about. He did improve his positioning, well, not the positioning, marking and the decision making. That's great. So, given last match's performance, do we need to play anyone against Terengganu? Who did well? Vandal Pika did well. That must have been the under-21s match. Where is it? Yeah, he played here. Against Perak under-21s and had an assist. Okay. Well, it might still matter. Nice suggestion, Journalid. You really want me to? The issue is you're the only one around right now, so I can tell you how this poll will end up. At least according to my viewer count right now. So, do you really want to have a poll with yourself? I guess I could do it. Give me a second. Where the hell is the poll option? Silverai as an inside forward? You never suggested that. That doesn't even make any sense. He has jumping. I think you have that wrong. You might want to have a second glance. Here you go. You have 2 minutes to vote. Betting, voting, so much stuff. I hope both at the same time works. The Costa Lima still doesn't get sold for that amount of money. Okay. So we reduce it a little bit. Bring it down to 18 maybe. And installments. Something like this. Wouldn't be a bad idea either. So going back to the Elbug affair, I think Elbug is in this inside forward works fairly well. Training him for it, I'm not so sure. Because he will still start most of the matches as a striker. That's just how I see him employed. Now, if I compare him to Selvarai, here he is. There's also a slight difference in skill. You can probably spot it at this point. So, I have my issues with playing Selvarai on a persistent basis as a starter. Thank you very much for sacrificing your channel points, ban. But I see that it is a possibility that Elbug might play as an inside forward in the future. I also see Selvarai as a striker. That's due to the fact that he has better jumping, and he might develop into that. So, you know, depends. But he also needs time. But he's not good at it. Yeah, sure. Tell me. But getting somebody with 2 points of passing and 4 points of dribbling to be an inside forward doesn't make sense. He will not get there, even if we play him every single match from now on. He's too far away. That's... I can't see that. Elbug, very different affair. Elbug basically has all of the attributes for an inside forward. Well, in a modest amount. So I can see this as a secondary position for him. And it might well become his primary position if there's somebody that does the striking better than him. But that's a temporary thing at best, because he's also 27. So he will start to slow down at some point. Let's make it 3 or 4 years. Doesn't matter much. He will still be a very good striker in this situation, because his physicals will decline. I think you have a point. Yes. That said, I think it should be eased into it, if that makes sense. For now, we need him as a striker. I will not play Olex for the entire season just for the prospect of maybe having him as a striker in 2 years. He might not extend his contract. Same with Elbug. So there's, as always, I guess in management, there's short-term goals, which is like, put the strongest squad on the pitch for now. And, well, that implies Elbug is a striker most of the time. I still think that's the way to go, because we don't have a stronger option just yet. It might also mean Olex needs to play from time to time, and Elbug might need to rotate a little bit back to the right side. So I do not disagree with that. In fact, I think it is a very good option, given that Baru interprets the role differently. Baru, on paper at least, is still a... Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. It depends a little bit. If his familiarity goes down by training as a... Well, so if the familiarity as a striker and pressing forward goes down due to the fact that we train him as an inside forward on the right, being left-footed and all, then I have my doubts. But we can try this. I'm far more flexible on him than on the other guy, to be honest. I think in his case, if he starts complaining and being unhappy, that would also be an issue. But I don't have a strong opinion on it just yet. So let's try it. Not an issue. And if it comes up, well, then it comes up. It depends. If they still play in the position, they get match experience in that position, and it will be distributed to that. So, no, bad way to phrase it. The familiarity does not go down because he does not gain the familiarity in training, but he gets it in match. So he will keep it as long as he plays in the striker position. If he starts to play in another position, familiarity with being a striker will go down. So you maybe you can how's it called? You know, the stuff that you do with the balls. You can maybe balance it out in some way that he will be mostly familiar with the tactics from a striker perspective, and trains for the other. Yeah. Well, yes. As long as it does not come at the detriment of the short-term goals is what I'm going for. And that might be other attribute profile, but that's not a big issue here, I think. But also lack of familiarity or lack of happiness. In Savarai's case, I just don't see it. And I agree with the general assessment that a player that can maybe jump a little bit might be useful on the wing. But there's so many things here that do not fit an inside forward. And training him for it will not help either. Also, he's right-footed, right? Yeah, so that's the next issue. There's just not Chilast or Christopher available on the left to be inside forward. And he will not get past him. I can't see that. The mental power I can see. Okay, composure's a bit low, but a 6 we will be able to cope with that. 5 points of pace on an inside forward will not do. And even if we focus on it... Yes, exactly. But this season, funnily enough, has provided a very strong counter-argument to that. And I did not decide that it goes that way. Let me just put him back to pressing forward. I think I've made my point, right? There's issues here. I don't care about the long shot, but 2 points of passing on an inside forward are atrociously bad. I doubt that. I'd rather try for him to be a pressing forward at some point. Maybe a little bit. At least he has some of the stuff that's needed there. And, well, he has the jumping that is really important for a striker, from my perspective. No, the counter-argument for Elbug remaining on the pitch is very easy. It's called Baru. That might work, yes. But then again, I'm not sure if I want to play with a wide target man. It feels very... I doubt that Selvarai is the person that will be in the squad at that point. I doubt that he will make it. So I'd rather for him to focus to be the one-trick pony up front, if he ever makes it at all. And to be out on the wing, I would just sign somebody else if I could. Because, well, players are a dime a dozen. Quality is hard to come by, but Selvarai doesn't fit the description just yet. So if there's not some sort of lucky event, I doubt it. And playing Elbug on the wing, I actually wanted to bring him from the bench from time to time, but the issue is Baru rarely is really exhausted. So it comes down to the fact that Baru usually is around at the end of the match. And, well, I brought up the stats recently on the Discord. For some reason he considers himself to be a winger. I have no idea why though, because he created a whole 7 chances and scored 9 goals. So apparently the chances he creates mostly are for himself. And, well, as you know, he tends to convert those quite reliably for now. In particular, in comparison to our striker. So it's a really funny situation in a way, because I see why Elbug would be a good idea on the right wing. But I'm not saying we will never play him there. I'm just saying it's really hard for him to find space there for now. We might also actually put him to the attacking midfielder position up on 2, yeah, from time to time. Man, my brain. Well, performances so far say otherwise. Elbug will not get past this average rating for now. If Baru starts to decline or if he has issues with stamina, no problem. So I think Elbug is an option to be played in other positions. In particular, this one and that one. These two, I can see. In our formation. So, I agree with that. I really do. And also that, by the way, that saves us the third signing here. The attacking midfielder center right. We don't need that. We can use Elbug. But then we need to extend Elbug's contract and he needs to play there from time to time, and I'm willing to experiment with that. I honestly am. I think we'll get him there. I also agree with training him as an inside forward. That's okay. Yes. That might be possible, yes. So let's have a look at that. And let me make you an offer, if that makes sense. If this is a long-term plan you want me to follow through with, be so kind to remind me of it, right? Because I do not disagree with that plan. It is a good plan. But then we need to make sure that it gets put into practice, for example, for the last 20 minutes of matches that are more or less won. And with time, they will get it. Thank you. And it is very much appreciated that you think about it. Okay? So sometimes I might seem like I'm opposed to an idea, but in this case I am not. It's just balancing short-term and long-term goals. And also I will look for that word now. What's it called? Juggling! It's juggling, I recalled. So we juggle short-term and medium-term goals and also long-term goals. We always do in management. That's just the way it is. So in this case, short-term goals are the priority, but that doesn't say that we cannot plan for medium-term goals. Like, the medium-term goal in that case for the next sprint, if you want to argue in agile management. Yeah. But that's not to say that the medium-term goal is not viable. It makes a lot of sense. So the medium-term goal in this case is not getting the natural as soon as possible. The medium-term goal is try to improve his familiarity in these positions a little bit, if we can, or whenever we can. Yeah, and I think Olex I do not want as a striker so far. That has nothing to do with the capabilities to find open space. That simply has to do with the lack of physicals. He needs to play more. And I honestly don't care where, but he's right-footed, so I guess it will be in these two positions, if not as a striker. Alright, there's another break coming up. Shall we? Yeah, okay. So I will let this one go through. In fact, I'll play it right now, and I'll do some feedback on the players. Usually you don't like that anyway, right? So see you on the other side. That's it for the rest of us, and maybe the whole subscriber that isn't around right now. We will have a look at this. So he conceded once. 21 out of 22 passes there. Can we praise the passing? No, we can't, so we don't do it. I'd rather not comment on the form overall. That's not very good. 6.78. We can keep him on the bench though. In comparison, this guy trained fairly well. I guess we can do the training. Overall training comments are usually an easy one. Let's do that. Wow, Juan. Wow. Juan improved his off-the-ball movement. Because apparently 14 points are not enough just yet. Yep, Jonathan did fairly well, that's good. One loud Pekka, well, I guess that's a positive. See, it will take me for half an hour anyway. Nah, hopefully not half an hour. I've gotten really fast at this, I think. What kind of patience? Oh, well, if you don't need it for anything else, honestly, I think you should spend it on something that's useful for you, right? Don't buy it back. Like, if you don't need it, please don't use it. Or don't you know, waste money on it. Doesn't make sense. No, it's so fun. But I'm still gonna rant on about it for everyone else. Well, I guess one person. A Prime sub actually brings more money to the streamer than the paid one, at least according to what I've seen. It has been otherwise apparently in the past, but you know, that's what it is. But we're talking about, you know, minuscule amounts. The big streamers, they get some money in aggregate, but you know, I never made it to the first payout threshold, so yeah, don't think you need to do this to support the stream, because it will enable me to do streaming full time at some point. There's a whole lot of a bunch of magnitudes in between there. Well, if you do, but feel free to calculate it first, right? And also, there's always cost of opportunity. You know, I will not go on into another rant about investing and so on, but think about it. And don't gamble it on single stocks. Okay. Hashtag not investment advice and so on and so forth. He did score last match. There you go, perfect, won't touch him anymore. Not Silasto Christopher. Didn't train that well. 7.3 last time. 2 chances created. 3 key passes. I think I'll praise the tackling though. That's the easiest one here. 3 out of 3 is still better than nothing. Juan. I think Juan had a decent match. Had an assist. We'll do that. Or not. Well, to be honest, I feel uncomfortable with discussing it on stream too much. If it makes sense, because on one hand, I realized that streaming is some sort of a service, entertainment-wise. So I'm hoping that, you know, I'm entertaining, and in that sense, well, in comparison to buying a computer game or something, it's not much money, right? Or in comparison to ordering a movie or something. So that's one part of me. The other part of me, though, is somebody that wants to save every single cent. So if I'm that person, I cannot expect anyone else. Yeah, but I cannot expect anyone else to have a different mindset from that perspective. This is why the bit interactions are on the lowest level ever. Like, I cannot make them free. I can make them for 1 bit. That's the lowest level I can do it. And as long as the stuff doesn't get spammed all over the channel, which with the amount of viewership we have is very unlikely, I do not see me increasing the prices anytime soon. Because I just feel I wouldn't want that as a watcher. So, yeah. There you have it. But I'm kind of uncomfortable discussing the whole topic at this point. I did that in the past because, well, I think I'm interested in economic topics in general, but not necessarily. Well, it's more of a scientific interest, if it makes sense, for the stream than it is about shilling something to you. I do not like. it's a lot of work, all that stuff. To be fair, like honestly. It aggregates. It's not so much about creating one sticker that costs me an hour or something, but if you compare that to an hour spent on the job, for example, obviously the sticker comes with emotional dividend first and foremost. Well, hopefully not. Otherwise, I really need that sticker as a reminder not to say it anymore. 500 tickets, okay. Alright, shall we play who played last time? Sure. We had a good result after all. If my imaginary girlfriend theoretically would exist, she probably wouldn't watch Football Manager streams, so I doubt that this is a thing that she would do. Because My imaginary girlfriend can be anything I want, but, you know, would be very, very unrealistic that she's interested in me nerding out on the internet about Football Manager. Literally 0% of my watchers are female, according to user stats. So, not realistic. I cannot imagine it that way. He seems to be somewhat weak, not very brave, and dribbling is low. That is rare on a striker, that combination. In particular, the low dribbling around here in Malaysia. This guy, dribbling's much better. Off the ball movement's dangerous. Very bad passing. First touch and composure are decent, so closing down probably won't help much. This is hard to defend, I think. What do I use at work? I'm not sure about the topic anymore. You lost me for a second. Well, it depends. As soon as it relates works to, I don't like that. No, at work I'm usually the one to say this is bullshit. Also, it's in German, so I don't know. At work I'm usually the one to say this doesn't make sense. To be from a logical perspective, the correct choice is something that's inherent to a computer scientist. So that's usually what I'm going for. I catch myself repeatedly and saying something around that. And that usually happens if, like, I don't know, this is the rules! Yeah, but phrasing is important, and no, I'm not. There comes a point when you need to say things as they are, I feel. And it does not necessarily need to be to include swear words, but you can still phrase it in a very short, strong manner. For example, if there's rules about this or that, rules are important. Usually they derive from, you know-how in the past. But let's snooze this. Don't want to have an ad now. But on the other hand, sometimes rules are not useful anymore or do not apply to the scenario. Okay, well, I guess bullshit is a little bit hard. I probably, like, I don't swear for the swearing. I think it might actually be derived from movies and cultural stuff that we consume in Germany. I just learned English that way. So maybe I should stand corrected there more often. Like right here on the internet, on stream. Make me not swear. I dare you, please. It would certainly help. But if there's, for example, rules and they do not feel helpful, then I tend to challenge them, for example. So rules are less important to me than making sense, and you can not sense but sense. Yeah. Well, I'm more fatalistic in that regard, I think. That's also a weakness of mine. I'm more so it comes back to bite me, usually. But as somebody told me at work at some point, Chris, you gotta make sure that you don't succeed in burning all the bridges prior to being around here for a year. But I'm aware of it, so I'm trying to get better at it. I do respect the skill to phrase stuff in a different manner. I honestly do. And you know, there's always stuff to be learned. So obviously I'm far from perfect and I have to learn stuff just like every other human being too. And that's okay. I didn't have to say that's okay, but I remind myself that that's okay. Because sometimes it's hard to accept for me that, you know, You always want to see the best version of yourself that is the most perfect and whatever, but at 30-something now, you know, I know that most people aren't perfect. And that's alright. It's the same for everyone. Back to this guy. So dribbling seems decent, blah blah. Showing him to the outside, I guess. To the inside it is in his case. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. So it always depends on the work environment and your colleagues and so on and so forth. But think about it that way. So I don't know what you do in your job, and honestly, I don't want to know. Not in particular. Don't want to discuss it on stream. It feels intrusive. It makes sense. But as somebody that comes from software development, in software development, error culture is very much a big thing, and we tend to have the obligation to phrase things the way we interpret them. So we tend, in general, that's my experience, we tend not to be careful about the sentiment of people that much, because people need to be able to decouple from the sentiment anyway. It doesn't matter who wrote that code. This is wrong. Or it doesn't matter if you put 2 months into this. I could have done this in a week, and it would have been better quality-wise. So I will teach you how it is quality-wise. That's error culture. I don't care if you wasted money on that. I want you to get better. And from that perspective, a blunt instrument usually applies. But people tend to not see it as an attack anymore. And if you see that as an attack all the time, you will not do well in software development, because it's part of the learning process. It's just required. So that's my experience. And as a result, you can probably guess why I am the way that I am. It applies both ways though. Like, I don't know. Elbug should be played as an inside forward. We should train him like that. Well, maybe, just maybe, I'm different on the job and on stream, you know? Well, but sometimes stuff is. And it's fair to point that out. But rarely. But not as much as I do it here. Strong opinions are allowed. Just, you know, try to make sure you don't use them all the time. Because otherwise they're not strong anymore, they're just your bad personality. So, talking about me still. Yeah, that's... well... Try to have a look at it on stream. You might realize that I use that more often. You know what? I agree. I do. So I'm not sure if you had to convince me, because I think that very much reflects my opinion. But I do agree. And I'm not sure if we have different points about that at all. It's alright. I think that's fair. You reached the one sentence that you want in negotiations, by the way. That's fair. I learned that from that book here that I brought up like 3 times now. That's fair is a very, very, very good sentence to have in negotiations. Not sure what the phrase is in German. I guess it's the same translated, but we rarely use that. So I did not concentrate on this, and well, we have 4 minutes until there's an ad break, so we need to make do with that. Otherwise, I cannot block it anymore. Well, thank you very much for sharing your wisdom with me. I will try to follow with it. Follow through with it. Follow it, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. This one can also be shown to the inside, right? Let's do that. I guess we should we should recall the rename the stream. Random ramblings whilst playing Football Manager. Yeah, same. That's just like relationship advice. Communication advice is the same. You tend to know better than what you do than you do, usually. Just also you learn, you try to apply, and otherwise, well, then you forget. That just happens. Marking these two out of the match. These two will be shown to the inside. Both. We do not want to go through the middle, I think. They go down the wing, we know that. Tackling's 10, tackling's 13. Middle of the pitch is very, very well. Defenders can't jump, no. I think I saw that prior to the match already. I forgot about it though. Thank you very much for reminding me. That's why Elbug and Servan are on the pitch. The low crosses is very much wrong here. I do not want to focus on a specific area. Going wide might be useful. We are at home though, so this is our home turf, and well, it might be enough that way. I want to see. Also, Baru closer to the goal is obviously not a bad choice, as we have shown repeatedly in the past. Mid block might be the appropriate way. I am not sure about it anymore. To be honest, I'm starting to consider having a higher standard, a higher defensive line in general, and maybe keep in the mid block. But that would mean that this kind of defensive line would get lost. So I don't have a strong opinion on it just yet. All right, we'll submit this. So I promised not a long ad break, like when I did the bathroom break, but that was prior to wasting approximately half an hour on talking about communications. So didn't feel wasted to me, but you know, from the perspective of Football Manager. What do we tell them? It's a home game. Yeah, we owe them. That's easy. Always. And I will encourage them in a more forceful manner. It's at home after all. There we go. Alright. I do need to do another break, given that I just snoozed all of the stuff away, so we don't have the option. BRB, see you in 1.5 minutes. Alright, one match. Sarawak United against Terengganu. I just want to put something out there. Apparently, out of our 2 viewers that voted, one put 10,000 channel points on a Sarawak United win, and one put 20 channel points on a draw. So, given that this is the way the system works, the person that put it on a draw very much has like a very high magnitude of return, theoretically. Whilst the other person that put up 10,000 points on a win, well, good luck with that. You can win a whole 20 channel points. I admire your confidence though. Hope you don't deal with your money like that in real life. So, whatever happens, well, I guess we can still lose the match. Then I would cancel it, obviously. So you get back your channel points. That said, doesn't look that way so far. Nice first finish of the match for Juan Servin. We do seem to be well in control of the match so far, and that's a really bad header. Also offside. Apparently, or not, whatever happened there. Control seems to be on our side so far. Not bad. Well, Elbug, he could have jumped. It's only about 3 points, but these 3 points I feel are vital, as always. Nice one. Oh, Elbug. The corner was really nice. It seemed to have some pace, some spin to it. Everything you want. quite contrary to this one. Got lucky here. It could have been placed way better. We do have 74% possession for now though. Now I'm starting to ask myself, should we play in another area of the pitch maybe? Stretch it a little wider. Would that be useful? Playing a little bit wider would certainly see... So it would see the wide players be faced with defensive action, I guess. And we know that the middle of the pitch, they have players that can defend fairly well. I'm not so sure about the wide players. I think I'll do it. So we want to stretch play a little bit, so closing down in the middle is not as easy. And in the wide areas, the players are not that good defensively. That might not be offside. No, it isn't. It's a corner there. And let me just have a look at that, if I make sense. Here it is. 7 points of tackling, 7 positioning, so he's not that impressive. 9 points of tackling, 10 points positioning, that's a little better. Still not as good as the players in central midfield though. And these two, well, obviously they can tackle. He has 6 points of positioning there. So that's why we don't focus specifically on the wide areas. Also, it's a 4-4-2 after all. So I'm not sure if that's useful. Christopher... What kind of jumping was that? Yes? That felt like it could be a really nice... Well, shot is not... He tried to pass it, more or less, into the corner of the net. Without much force. Could you please follow him, maybe? Same here. Apparently not. That's dangerous. Headed behind by Baru. In the own penalty area. A penalty? Elbug pushed Modrani unfairly. Well, Chinsyusum, you got this. Just save it. I saw that one over the goal for a second, but apparently it was just the left corner. Damn it. So that stuff can happen now. The question is, how do we deal with it? Obviously with encouragement. And I will go slightly positive. We might also want to push up a little higher at some point. Don't have a strong opinion on it just yet. Baru, still Baru. Well, at least get us a corner. That's not a corner. Yes! Yes! That's not useful, Elbug. That might be a little bit better. Ooh! It wasn't a good shot, but it bounced around in front of the keeper prior to, well, hitting the keeper, sadly. Another corner, and Elbug is not there to win the duel. Well done, not offside. Still alright. Ah! Christopher hits the goalpost. Let's give him a little bit of something to think about. Try to press a little bit more. Yes, we increased the risk, but doesn't matter. We seem to be fairly well in control most of the match so far. And if you look at this overall, well, that penalty was caused after a corner, I think. Otherwise, they barely had any situations within our own area at all. So, I still think we can turn this around. Not bad. Somebody defended it well, though. Well, and if we continue to create chances like this, we might turn it around. Not this time. Nice header. That'll end up with the keeper, though. What do you think so far? Yup, Jonathan drifts forward. Not bad. One. There was an opportunity for a pass. Christopher... just a throw in. Now we don't create anymore? You gotta be kidding me. Haroon's already on a yellow card. Jamil is too. Ankun now. He is on ease of tackles already. We could bring on Malik. I wanted to say Jalil, but that's the wrong name. We could bring on Malik for the second half. Young guy is not that bad. That's hard. So, Fakrullah, don't do anything stupid. This is useful. Elbug, Glenn Sirbin. Back to Zakaria Ankun. Darts a little bit forward. He's out on the wing now. It's another penalty. Okay. Didn't look like a foul. Well, Ankun certainly... he didn't take a dive for no reason. So I'm quite sure that it was warranted. Also on a yellow card, very risky move by Norman Ankun. Nice Elbug. Whew. Still does his job. It was in the middle of the goal though. So if the goalkeeper would have just stood there, well, more or less in the middle, could have stopped it with his right foot. And now, as long as Norman Ankun remains on the pitch for the remainder of the first half, I think we'll be fine. Overall, we are dominant in this match. Excluding that one penalty. We could also think about reducing the mentality back to balanced, if we want to. Trying to have maybe more of a look at the defensive side. I will keep the closing down though. That is a good pass. Thank you very much for the corner. Nothing bad ever happened from these. Juan takes the corner, but Rodisham's there. That's not good, Mahathir. Well done, but not well enough. Don't let him cross. Lets him cross. It's a corner though. Well. So Elbug caused a penalty and then he converted one. Please don't cause another one, man. That's also bad. They score a goal from a corner. Why? Could you please not? Whose job was it? That's Juan, isn't it? Might be. No, Juan is that guy. Yes. So, what am I to do about it? Any ideas? That's not bad. Go, 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 go. Nice. There's a cross. Zakaria manages to retain possession. Oh no. Ahmad in place of Fakrullah. Ahmad in place of Fakrullah. Looking at your position. So, let's have a look. Fakrullah is the one on the left, so we are looking at the right striker. This is this guy. He's way faster than Ahmad though. As is he. I think that's a very risky move to play Ahmad there. I mean, from the perspective of defending against set pieces though, it does make sense to a degree. Yeah, I got it. No, I think what I'll do is bring on Malik for Ankun. I do not want Ankun to get a second yellow card. And Malik gives some additional options from set pieces to a degree. He's worse than Ankun in other areas though, no doubt about that. So it might not go well. Then again, we said we would play him throughout the season, so we will try this. The others, I do not have a strong opinion on it just yet, I think. We can still turn this around. But we need to make sure that we put some additional pressure on. You, sir, go and make a difference. And this all is not good enough. Is there anyone here? Well, I guess Elbug. Elbug is the one that will not get a warning. You caused the penalty though. Okay. Minuscule break and then we'll do the second half, BRB. Well, let's go. Hopefully one of them will get sent off too. That would be highly appreciated, thank you very much. Close him down. Feels like we have issues avoiding the crossing. So to get him away from goal. Usually that should be the way to deal with it. Also, we try to avoid crosses, I think. Not to invite them. Good tackle, Zakaria, and then he wastes the ball. Badrul Hisham gets a yellow card for a foul. Mahathir running on the wing. Will he spot a passing opportunity? I think that was reasonable. Just a little misplaced and Zakaria apparently wasn't aware of it. Intercepted, yes. One for Elbug. One goal and at least we get a draw. Badrul Hisham could be replaced. We have somebody on the bench that can play in that role. And he's not the worst choice. We also still have 3 breaks for substitutions. I think I'll do it. Well, Mr. Ahmad Nizam, welcome back to the match. Elbug seems to be the first to tire, for now. Badrul Hisham runs wide, at least a little bit. That's an interesting way to cross. Okay. I also, come to think of it, this again. Given that we play the attacking formation now, might as well want to overlap on the left. Going through the middle is still not that viable, is it? No, not really. Confirm this, let's hope that we can turn this thing around. The amount of chances is definitely on our side. Problem is we don't create much anymore. This might have to do with the attacking mentality, I think. Nice. Oh, Elbug. Ooh, in another season he would have made that one. I'm not sure if it makes much difference. Elbug's at an 8 or a 9, I think. No, Elbug's an 11, and Silverrise 13. But I think Silverrise heading is no good. In comparison, I think Elbug's is okay. So I'm not sure in aggregate if it's much better. Just because it's green doesn't mean, you know. Out jump, yes. Outscore, doubtful. Well played. 2 short passes. Juan, still Juan. Alright. Don't shoot. Good pass. Baru, Ahmad Nizam on the wing. Wins the tackle in the penalty area and Malik scores! For now though, apparently the low passing in the opponent's penalty area seems to work too. I'm alright with it. We'll have a look at it later. Remind me of it, please. Let's just have a look at it later. Maybe. Well, you shouldn't be excited about it though. I think you... yeah. But you are the one that that set 10,000 channel points on the win, didn't you? So now we need to score another goal, otherwise you lose 10k channel points to somebody that offered 20. That was not well defended by Fakrula, was it? He seems to be motivated though, for some reason. And by the way, Ahmad Nizam created that chance, Malik scored, so the substitutes definitely were worth it. At least I can insist on it being related to me subbing these players on. For now. Nice. Go. Run. Knock the ball past whatever. That's alright too. Baru's a little bit tired already, but he's always somehow dangerous. Not bad. Juan. Crossbar. What a chance. Entirely deserved, yes. Well, so welcome back, man. Yup, Jonathan doesn't find Baru this time. And that's useful for us, because we can recover the ball. Minute 66, we still have 3 players that we can sub on, if we want to. We still play attacking football. We still try to overlap on the left. Apparently it works. That's a corner. Shall we encourage? Yes, we shall. Oh, Harini. So, that's what this all was about. Thank you very much. You can just tell me. Take a break for 30 minutes. Mies is not there. That's another yellow card for one of theirs. Baru Juan doesn't outjump the defender, sadly. He might not have the mental attributes actually for it. Might be lack of bravery or something. I will need to have a look. Abdul Malik, Ahmad Nizam again. Another combination like the last one? No? Well, there's 3 players around there. Don't lose the ball. Might be not that many options. Zakaria. Where's Fakrullah? And where's Mahathir? What the hell are they doing? This is Zakaria. That's Abdul Malik. Fakrullah's here. Mahathir. Oh, of course. They overload the left, and obviously, so they need to shift the entire formation to the left. Well, I wasn't aware that this is the case. Nice one, Christopher. Yes. Nice floated cross. Zakaria. Comes in a bit late, but I like it. Mahathir. Oh, come on. Could have scored. We still have 20 minutes. Is there anyone that would help us with the comeback? And if so, who would that be? Yep, Jonathan didn't play well so far. You will now. You vote Olex. For whom though? Yeah, Mies is still rambling on about Omar Haaland. Yeah, that's very realistic too. I consider bringing him on maybe for Christopher Abru or Zakaria Baru. I think Jonathan is an issue though. Didn't help much yet. And Hasnan didn't play that much, so I think that's useful. He also has better crossing, or at least similar. I guess it's similar. That's all fine. Baru's performance so far, though, isn't that bad. We could try to rotate him out. He played a lot recently. So we could try to drop Elbug back. Well, but we have 2 strikers on the pitch. If we bring all legs on for Baru, switch these 2, use Olex as a poacher. Well, that's not useful in linking up play. And he trains as a pressing forward. We'll keep it at that. For tactical familiarity. So now floated crosses are no longer an option though, because he's not tall. He's not the one to jump. So I'll set this to mixed. He will not be an inverted winger, he will be an inside forward on attack. And I will keep Harsi on the bench for now. I want this combination here with the overlap. He's anxious. He's anxious. Some on support. I think he's on defend to cope with the Segundo Volante that darts forward. But we might have a look at it in match. That worked. Great. That worked too. Let's have a look how it links up there. I think on support we pretty much give away the entire defensive space on the right. First chance for Elbug, playing on the right wing, formally speaking. So that links up fairly well so far. Nice one. Get it. Yes. And that's about it. So it's on mixed, okay. What's a red card for? He can't defend, he can't attack us, not in his left back. Oh, that's great. I love it. Not fair, by the way. I've seen much worse. Okay. Zakaria, Rai. Zakaria again. Puts it through to Elbug. Elbug tries to run with it. It's a corner. Okay. It's a corner.
Gentlemen, we are dealing with someone here who has absolutely no life.
I'm not sure who you relate to. Go, go, go! Must. Obviously. Ooh! It's gone clean over apparently, but that didn't look that unimpressive, I think. Yellow card for Elbug now. Both of us. I do have a life. I spend it working, other than streaming Football Manager. Boo! That's fair. At least now the channel points are useful for something. So I'm happy with the inclusion of the blurb plugin, I think. Okay. Well, come on, guys. Move it. Wrong way. Right way. Very right way. That's good. Yes, Christopher. Oh, Christopher. Elbug. Elbug. There was space for him to finish. So that's great. One on the ball. Good pass. Elbug's a bit lost out there. Again. And that's a corner. We still have one person that we can sub. I don't want to bring on Harsi. Banlal Peka? I'd rather not. But Harsi doesn't really fit the model here with Hasnodin. And I like that, and I think it will create chances. Or at least I hope it will create chances. No. You know what? We'll do this. Ahmad comes on. He can jump. We will have set pieces, maybe. And if we don't, at least we can say we tried playing the youth player. Happy little accident incoming on one of the two sides. Theoretically. In practice, I'm not so sure yet. There he runs. That's another corner. Let's go! Maybe. Come on, Juan. Find Ahmad's head. It's not Ahmad's head. It's somebody else's. Lob towards Rai. Oh, not bad. Another corner. This thing is still on. Christopher, and it's well defended again. Not sure, that might have been offside. Apparently it wasn't. We do have higher pressing lines. I think. Look at it. I'm okay with that. Don't want to put it on very high. Right. That's okay. For now. Hasnodin and Christopher exchange passes. Hasnodin again. Christopher again. Cuts inside. Loses the ball. No, it's offside. It is on fairly high. I mean, we can try this. Can also try this. But are you sure it will get better results? No. I don't think I'll do that. No. No, it was after a corner. It would have been so great for him to score from inside forward position. That's a lot of songs recently. You just sit there waiting with the button, right? Poor Elbug. Okay. Nice. Good pass by Rai. Elbug. Still Elbug. Cuts inside. Finds Ahmad. Zakaria. Abdul Malik. Oh! He did score already today. That would have been perfect appearance. I'm not sure if I appreciate it that much. Is a zonk a thing outside Germany, by the way? Where does it come from? I know that it is a TV, well, it was a TV show, but I'm not sure where it derives from. Was it a German thing? The show was called Georg's Ganze in German, right? If I recall correctly. Been decades. Nice! Also, well, not nice. Zakaria seems to be fairly exhausted now. And I think that's the match, more or less. So, whoever put the 20 channel points on a draw, congratulations, maybe. Maybe. Well, that's it. So, it ends up as a draw after all. Which means... choose outcome. It was a draw. Yes, it was. There it is. Congratulations. Well, I also think we deserved to win. We didn't get it though. It was Kiri. Thank you very much for betting. Also, Charonella, thank you very much for sponsoring quite a big bet. That wasn't good enough. What did we tell them? Yeah, the chances were fine. Let's go. Alright, there will be a break. Right now. I will also get a cold Coke. BRB. Your favorite team? Jordi team? Just due to the fact that they were affiliated with Borussia Dortmund recently? So easy. Okay. Well. Now Kyokiri at least can use all of these channel points for sounds. Fantastic. That or... no, do something else that's useful with it. Whatever that would be. 1 point only. So that means we still are second in the league apparently. Because... well, why is that? Harini and Perak had a draw. Well, Sabah went up a little bit. Where are they? Here. They won against Pahang. Okay. Pahang seemed to be in a lot of trouble this season. That's a... the blue and white kind of remind me of a club that I can't put a finger to it. But it feels familiar. That said, there's also some yellow in there, so yeah. Doesn't really work well. From that perspective. Malik though, he scored his first goal. Well, probably not his first one. I'm not sure, actually. First goal in the league, apparently, this season. Which is good. Yeah, it was well worth it, though. It looks very impressive. You sacrificed it for the whole of the whole... for the good of the whole community. There it is. So... we very much appreciate that. Maybe you should. I mean, somebody needs to remove the crowns if we don't get champion. We don't get crowned as champions this season. So, given that I have no idea how it works, I guess it will be Yumi's. If you are willing to do it, obviously. That or we just keep him. I love it. I will just hire one of these, of the half a dozen digital artists that are on the Discord server. No problem. I think we have more conspiring digital artists there that want to sell me something than we have actual followers. It might be entirely true. We should use some the memes channel to make fun of that at some point. Might not be. Look at that. How did they manage to end up third in the league so far? I think we also lost our match against them recently. Where are they? Perak. We didn't play them yet? We didn't play against him yet. We play against him twice here. Okay. There's no way to save it. Two points of jumping. He's a 7. Why? How? That can't be true. We wanted to have a look at Selvarai though, because apparently this is important to somebody. Okay, I stand corrected. 10 points of bravery and 8 points of heading. So, from that perspective, he's decent. Also, off the ball movement is a 7 already. I beg your pardon, Chernullet, you were right. Well, would we have won that match if we had Selvarai instead of Olex? Probably not. But maybe. Oh, the transfer window opens. Well, maybe outside today's stream. But we might revisit this tomorrow, depending on how the start into the weekend goes. Mormon Ankun is banned for next match. Great. Okay. That's a league match though, so he can still play in the cup. By the way, he's on a youth contract. I said we would revisit this issue from time to time. He's not familiar as a Segunda Volante yet. 6.96 so far in 9 appearances. Stats don't look impressive, but, you know, could be worse. Mostly came from the bench. That's the first time he played for 45 minutes though, with the exception of the match against Kedah. There he had a 7.3 rating. So obviously I would want him to improve a little bit. And he will definitely replace Ankun in that next match. That Ankun's banned in the league. We're gonna make a decision at some point though about his contract. I would not want him to be poached. So, yeah. What do you think? Because if we start playing him for the remainder of the season, he will probably insist on being at least a squad player. If we give a new contract to him now, with these minor appearances, maybe he still accepts breakthrough prospect. Is it useful just yet though? It's also fairly susceptible to injury, by the way. Doesn't separate him from Norman Ankun. And obviously more of a defensive-minded player in comparison to Ankun, at least according to the attributes. So, if you have an opinion on signing him or not signing him into a professional deal, feel free to let me know. I also grabbed a bottle of Coke. I didn't use it. Also, other opinions on anything that just happened? What do you think of the last result? The answer is probably me. Don't know, man. Not that impressive. Should have won. True. That or everybody went asleep. Okay. We did have a lot of chances there. Why is this different? Oh, because this is the match Sunday setup, but match Friday would be appropriate. And I do think we need penalties this time. Because, well, this is a cup match. Team bonding feels useful. I think the physical session can go away for now. No, we don't need 2 possession sessions in this week. Where is it? Penalties! Who cares? Same here. Alright. Da Costa Lima still around. Maybe we will get additional feedback. We wanted to sell him after all. Of course, there will also be a recruitment review meeting. Sure. Yes, 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 we know. I will not look at all of these trial lists again. Transfers out, I'm aware, thank you very much. Recommendations, none. Other recommended players, a whole one. This is a central defender that dives into tackles and can't jump, and he has no strength either. Thank you very much for bringing that up. How do I... Yes, you did. I did agree with you. I think I phrased it that way. I said, you are right, sorry. Something like that. 8 points of heading, 10 points of bravery, 5 points of strength, 13 points of jumping. So, as a target forward, he might do. We can probably see this here. There's other stuff going on here, but the biggest issue is the strength. You got that right. That said, well, either or. I will not have 2 strikers rotting on the bench. So, hope that makes sense. We can still pick him on the occasional basis, though. That's why he's at the club. Yes. I think Elbug is a 9. I was sure it was a wide number. So. His heading skill is a little lower. Not that much of a jumper. He does have the mental stuff, though. Taller. Elbug's 1m83. And Silverai is 1m78. So actually Elbug. Huh. Wouldn't have guessed. Olex isn't that tall though. No, he's still very small. But so in the order is Elbug is taller than Silverai is taller than Olex Rai. Funnily enough, I wouldn't have guessed. Of course I will attend. No, I will not attend this. Thank you very much. Which means, nah, well, standing around in the penalty area, theoretically, Elbug is the best target forward we have. Or very loose terms of target forward. You know, somebody standing in the penalty area and being obstructive to the defensive effort or whatever you want to call it. But Silverai is the best jumper, so he actually needs to jump. I'm not saying this is a very important point, I don't think it is. But kind of puts it into perspective. We tried to get rid of him anyway. Let's hope we manage to do that. But nobody seems to have made an offer. This is an away match, second against third. That said, we play in the Shopee Piala FA, so placement in the league rarely matters around here. And also Ankun can still play, but Ankun will be banned in the match against Sabah. That's likely to happen tomorrow. Oh, I forgot the prediction. Well, somebody needs to remind me. Third prediction. Who will win the cup match? Including penalties, by the way. Oh, we can't do including penalties. It's too long. Okay. Or, well, there's only 2 possibilities. Submission period, I think we have How long will it take us? We'll make it 15 minutes. So, think about it. Long and hard, prior to me preparing all of that stuff. It's still about the money, okay? Offer via transfer, it says 18k now, so let's make it... What did you say? 50%? We'll make it 16 this time, but... without the appearance fee stuff. That should be fairly close now to the 11 or whatever they were willing to pay. Yes, we will face Perak, and apparently we are the underdogs. Are we? Slightly. Yes, I still like this player. Yes, I still like the wage requirements. No, I don't like the transfer value. And they... oh, he's out on loan again. Never mind. I'll acknowledge this and we'll move on. The good part is nobody hurt themselves recently. I think the inclusion of the physio actually helped. Scouting. Still waiting for a foreigner. Doubt that we'll find one there. Well, in that case, we will just take it off. I don't know. 2 penalty training. It doesn't matter much anymore. Diego doesn't like the whole volume of the high volume of strength training. I do not mind. He'll be sold here. We will get through this 1 week. This, sadly, I might confess, is important. Still. It feels like he doesn't care about the way we train him, though. Journality, you wanted me to set this up to heading and bravery. He didn't improve in neither of them. He feels like he should improve in his role, it seems. So maybe the extra focus doesn't work that well. Because overall, looks fairly impressive to me. Vanlo Pekka didn't get playing time recently. The way he trains, like, if we have a good match, we should probably bring him at some point. He didn't develop much so far, but he trains like a beast. So maybe it will actually translate to something now. Problem is he's so far behind. Well, with the exception of, you know, that. Chin Siu Sum had a horrible match last time. Honest question, do we want to play the backup goalkeeper in the cup? I don't have a strong opinion on it just yet. So I might be convinced. And the backup goalkeeper, by the way, is a 9 everywhere with the exception of anticipation and position. No, it's not positioning. With the exception of anticipation and something else. That is both a 5, if I recall correctly. Where is he? That one. Have a look at it. So positioning is 9, anticipation is a 5, and what's the other 5? Eccentricity? No, composure it is. Composure is a 5. Decision making is also a 5. So I think as a goalkeeper in general, technically, from the technical perspective, he's not bad. It's certainly very average. He has these 2 major weaknesses though. So my question is, do we want to give him playing time in the cup? Otherwise, he will never get better. Oh, he's really annoying to deal with. He doesn't like being praised in training. I should probably remember this, and from here I will not praise him anymore. This though, this is not good enough, Carlos. Yeah, sure. Will not give you a training target though. And I don't care about Diego that much. Has not had issues in training for the entire time he's been with the club. Under 21s is not that important. Theoretically though, Ahmad is on the bench. Oh. That seems useful. On the other hand, I want to show you that we played him recently. Where is it? He did make an appearance here against Kedah in the 1-0. And, well, he didn't have to do anything in that match, so it's really hard to judge. But theoretically, he had the better rating in comparison to Chin Sum. Because Chin Sum's been all over the place recently. And I'm not specifically pointing fingers here. Chin Sum is still way better than Mohd Hazazi that was around previously. So his predecessor, is the word right? Compare the two. What am I doing? Here he is. Sometimes my brain just lags out. Here it is. So, in aggregate, theoretically, well, actually, Mutasim Imad Mohd Hazazi theoretically is the better goalkeeper. In practice, though, he doesn't have the personality and he's emergency backup for now. But, you know, I wanted to put up the debate. Given that Chin Sum just conceded 2 goals in a match, could have saved one, could have gotten us 2 points, in addition to what we had. In Stronghold, I guess. Congratulations, sir. So, anyone's got an opinion?
All right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
I don't own a cow. Versus a tall target forward. Due to better aerial reach. So what's the ow for? I guess that means ouch. Hey, that's a quote from a Disney movie, I think. Me. I'm not a holy cow. Don't you lie to our faces. I dare you to waste it all on blurbs now. Also, the person is still around. Well, you can't just bet them all again. Maybe not the whole 10k, but you might as well bet the rest for the next prediction. You're welcome to do that, obviously. Okay, where was I? You confused me. Jumping, I don't know yet. Let's see. Does this count as good jumping? 7 points, I guess for Malaysia that's good jumping. I doubt it though. So we'll do Chin Sum this match. Okay. You know, don't want to talk about it for the next half an hour. There's issues here morale-wise though. And it feels like recently we seem to play with a higher defensive line on a repeated basis. We seem to play positive on a repeated basis because we're chasing matches after conceding. We do have good amounts of possession though. So, honest question. Do you think that the balanced defensive line, where is it? Out of possession. That the standard defensive line is too low for the new formation? Because previously we played with this very successfully, but we had a 4-3-3. So the middle of the pitch was more congested in a way defensively. Because both midfielders tracked back more. One doesn't do that. So as a result, there's more space in the middle, right? So if we push up higher, is useful? I'm actually asking. I'm not rambling. Well, usually it's usually both. As a streamer, probably your rambling comes as a feature. Well, think about it. So the hydrate doesn't come with a sound anymore. I didn't set it up yet, so I need to set up the the appearance of that thing in the top right again. Sorry, journal, but thank you very much for putting it out there. Maybe I'll just record stuff like have a drink or something like that. No, it is not. It is not. I can't just put water in there. No issues. Also, given that I'm a blasphemer, I will just put it into the Coke and drink it together. Apparently that seemed to make an impression on the coffee man recently. So, whatever. There it is. Looks like whatever you wanted it wanted to be described at, but now it's... Well, now I drank some water. But I drink Coke Zero. That's not dehydrating, is it? Swabian Coke. No. Will not go there. It is cheaper though. The water's cheaper than the Coke. So, you have a point. What happened to him? Seems like Zakaria found the limit to his current development. For now, he's 18 though, that's totally alright. Shall we start train Thomas Baru again? Sure. None of these has high match load. I have my doubts about Fakrula. But he's still out for 2 to 4 weeks and I will not start a mat. Can't see that. Umar... That's an interesting question. I think I'll switch him. This is a cup match. Umar goes away and I will bring... Where is he? Not Yaya. There, Malik. I think he's the better choice. I honestly think Umar will probably be released at some point, but Malik... Look! That's from one match. When was that? Definitely overinterpretation on my side. But Nigeri Sembilan, he played for 20 minutes and it results like in something like this. So maybe we will do it again. For now though, Norman did improve a little on the mental side. That's not a good rating. We will tell him. Otherwise Malik will play. He agrees. Well, Malik will play anyway. Yes, the performance in training. Nice catch. That one will be a problem. The 6.4 last time out. I'm not sure what I will praise or criticize here. And he got sent off against Melaka under 21s, playing as a shadow striker with a straight red card. So, conduct is hard to judge. The overall development can't be really criticized. I guess I can. from Football Manager's perspective, that's probably still a lack of development. This dialogue option seems to be... It seems to fit Premier League expectations or something. But it's a big if, so I'd rather not. And I can't do anything else. I can ask him about, I don't know. Recommend a signing, please. Great. I want... What do we need? A midfielder. Hi, man. We are looking for somebody that is... Squad option. Nice! Who is this? We will... Sure, let's scout the person. Yeah, 90 euros, of course. There it is. Did this improve his morale? Extremely good. It's still extremely good. Never mind. Why did I waste time on this? So it will remain this way. Has not in played last match. Training isn't great. Didn't do much otherwise. 12 out of 14, is this a good ratio? This still counts as reasonably good passing, right? Yeah, that counts. Conduct also. Good job, sir. You made it to reasonable levels of training for now. Yep, Jonathan's last match wasn't good. And I think we should tell him. That is actually an issue. What do you think? Replace Yep Jonathan with Nasrod has not in his name is, right? I have my issues with that name. He didn't create much. Coming from the bench, maybe he's more motivated. This is also a match of high importance. And... well, it doesn't say. Yeah. Yes. You are entirely correct. Now he's in perfect morale. So... I do think that he would make the better starter, despite having lower quality. Let's compare this for a second there. Yeah. So, there's a vast difference between the two. The problem is, as long as Yep Jonathan doesn't bring it to the pitch. You think so? If you think so. He did come from the bench in the last match and also prior to that, so... similar issue with Badrul Hisham, 6.68. That's not bad enough just yet, but as a starter, doubtful. Didn't create much. We did have good passing on him. But I think Yap Jonathan has just issues with consistency. That's all there is to it to me. Might also be obviously detriment of a bad personality. Well, average to bad personality. So I was talking about the bad effect of this personality. Not sure if I phrased it the correct way. Asnodin, on the other hand, he's also balanced and I think media friendly, so yeah, not that impressive either. Form-wise, though, he's a little bit better. He didn't play that much, though. Not sure. On the right side, Badrul Hisham here. Performances have been lackluster. I think we can tell him. Didn't do that in a while. He does not have a good conduct either. In fact, the last match isn't not impressive. 7.5 training rating and barely any development. I doubt that this makes an impact here if we talk to him about it. Nizam is around, very well trained. So I think he will start. Seems to be the better player according to star rating. Did includes form, so you know, may be very useful. Then we have other players around here. Fakrula, I did forget Fakrula. Training rating's fine, match performance isn't. So we tell him. He will be a starter though. We don't have a strong alternative right now. And Mahathir apparently found his peak, for now. As you can see. Did go up in concentration, did drop in some other stuff. There are not that many points available that might be redistributed to his core attributes in his role as a central defender. So he will remain a decent player as long as he does not age. But he will age. And well, there's still some upside potential, but it's not much anymore. That said, that's totally fine. I'm okay with Mahathir's overall level for this league. It's alright. Gotta keep him, gotta make sure his personality develops in a good manner, if at all. And being in, what does it say? Being in a fairly professional squad. That's not bad. So he will turn more professional by the day. Well, slowly but steadily. So, we talked to most of them. Don't want to waste too much time. Do that already. Team selection, next match only. We play against a 4-3-2-3-1. So most likely not through the middle. Did somebody make up their mind about this with the higher defensive line? Did I make sense there? You know what? I'll just do it. I think there's too much space in between them. So we'll try this. Very good goalkeeper, at least according to performances here. He's also right-footed. Might not have much of an impact. Communication skill is very low. Great reflexes. Overall, this is very good. Modisha. Dribbling slow, bravery slow, strength is low. Hard tackle, please. Right-footed, good crossing. I guess we show him to the inside. Not sure about that, though. His passing's not that bad. We could try to mark him out of the match. Given that the passing and the crossing is fairly good, I think marking him out of the match is a reasonable choice here. He's also particularly weak, so that might be okay. This one, 6 points of passing, don't need to mark him that tightly. Dribbling is very bad. First touch and composure is very low. I have my doubts about closing down that much. So I just restricted the space between the defensive line and the forwards a little more, because I feel like we gave him too much space. If I push up the defensive line now and just trigger the press more often on people like this, then we might give away the space again. That said, if it comes to it, we can press this player, for sure. So I will not instruct anything in particular here. Strength is also 10, so no hard tackles. It's fairly similar here, overall. Mohd Asraf, Ahmed. Crossing seems decent, dribbling seems okay, strength is alrightish, bravery is 1 to 3, so not great. Showing him to the inside is probably somewhat meaningless other than showing him to the weaker foot. So I'll do that. Probably this one too. Mutfat Heel Idris. Passing's very good. Off the ball movement's very bad. We could try to mark him out of the match. That said, that's a defensive midfielder. Marking him tightly is still viable though. Looking at the jumping reach and strength, this is not a holding midfielder. At least it doesn't feel that way. Also very bad first touch composure and dribbling bravery and strength. So I think this is a turnover point. Which means, though, we may want to leave him open. Because we can create, well, I assume we can force turnovers on this player. And in defensive midfield that would be fairly good. Like, I don't know, put Elbug on his heels, for example. So, theoretically, if we tell Elbug to go after Idris, I know he might be on the level of the central defenders usually, but That's not too bad of an idea. So now he drops back a little more, but that means that there's space for Juan serving, most likely. Zulkifli. That's a decent player overall. I think that's one to mark tightly. Same here. Passing seems reasonable. Not bad. Also, no closing him down. First touch is decent. Strength is okay, so no hard tackles. Composure's better here. Similar argument there. Akmal right-footed, good crosser, passing's a little worse. So we show him to the inside, which means he might knock off a long shot or a pass. Pass is the more dangerous option here. First touch and composure seem low. So we triggered a press on him and tried to force a turnover. Composure seems low, first touch is okay-ish though. Dribbling, bravery and strength are fairly low, left-footed. Passing's worse than the crossing, so again, showing him to the inside, not doing anything in particular otherwise. And this one has good dribbling. Well, we conceded a penalty recently. How do we deal with this? It's a lone striker though. Runs with ball through center. I don't have a strong opinion on it. I would prefer for him not to have that much dribbling. Taking fewer risks, it's alright. Mahathir's tackling is not that good. Any opinions? Any stuff that I forgot? Bet seems to be set up. Yes. Apparently, most of you bet on a Sarawak United win. Okay. But somebody did decide that we will lose this. Okay. Short break and then we'll do the match. Cup match. I hope everybody's excited as I am. BRB? No, wait. I did not do the team talk. What am I doing? Let's do the team talk. Team talk. Do we expect to win tonight? No. We are slight underdogs. Go and impress me, and now, given that it's a high pressure match already, the usual. Ease it in a little bit. Better. Alright, now the break, then the match. BRB? Alright, let's go. We're ready. Well, it is a pretty stadium. Also with people in it. Sadly, it's not ours. One cup match away from home. It will be decided on this occasion. Let's try to see if we can get a result here. Okay, intercepted, man. That's a foul, not an interception. Oh, come on, Icon. Is he... He does ease off tackles. Let's not start into the match like we did in the last one. That's well floated in. Dangerous. Come to think of it, did we have a look at the central defenders? Did I forget that? 4 points of jumping. 7. Also very low. What am I doing? He's a 12. Still. So... Yeah, floated crosses is on though, so okay, yeah, I forgot about it, but I forgot that I forgot about it. And that's a corner. Can we maybe encourage them? I don't like the way this is going so far. Well defended. Now Christopher, go. Got inside and he loses the ball immediately. That's really bad. Nice tackle. But it feels like we have issues. We do have more of the ball though, at this point. Going down the right seems reasonable, yes. Go for it. Through the middle is very congested. I think on this occasion, not overlapping. Focusing down the wings feels useful. And not going through the middle. There's too many people there. Also maybe a little wider. Well tackled. We got that. Okay. Throw in for them though. I do feel like I'm in a lot of trouble. Not sure why. That was blocked by a defender. We got lucky. It does feel like our pressing doesn't work. So, if the pressing doesn't work that way, and we are too far away from the players, there's either low block, and low block gives away all the space to them. So I don't like that at all. So we'll do this instead. We'll press more often. How's the opposition strength-wise? And dribbling-wise? So these guys, obviously, they are very vulnerable to more pressing. This one... I mean, I've seen better wingers for sure. So it is about the striker in the end, if we opt for hard tackles. But I think I'll try it. I don't like the matches, the way the match is going so far. So we'll try to force well, use force to get into it, basically. Nice claim. Let's wait for the end of the scene. Hopefully he'll end up with a goal though. Well, on our side. Jonathan Zakaria, Jonathan Fakrula, and Narankun. Yes, that is wide. Sadly, it doesn't create any space. So far, a little better. That's through the middleman. Zakaria towards Elbug again. Ankun, Baru, not offside. Baru, still Baru. Corner. This is the first one of the match for us. After 27 minutes. That must feel confusing to the players. Go, Juan. That does deserve the song sound, doesn't it? It's there. Well, we had our chance though. It's something. Reasonably well intercepted on this occasion. Juan creates a little space. Jonathan, that's intercepted. That's offside. Also recovered by Fakrula. Could be worse. It's also a match of very low grade chances so far. It's part of the reality. Zakaria on a yellow card now. I doubt that this is a good thing. Abdul Halim? Does anyone know a player named Abdul Halim? It feels like I should recognize this. Oh, The tackle was okay. Accidental pass though towards the opposition. And I will take off his specific instruction to mark somebody. He might be needed. Closer to the strikers now. Offside? Offside. Use him. Take him on another duty. Ease of tackles. Elbug with a free kick. Would have hit the target. Come on. Create something useful. So now both teams basically eliminate each other. That sounds wrong in English. But we don't create much, they don't create much. They do a bit though. And that's another corner. We could try to retain possession a little bit more. Short corner apparently. Don't let anyone push anyone, please. Ooh, that was close. Could have closed him down. So they seem to push up fairly high. Which means they run into our pressing trap fairly often. That's not bad. Well, it was well blocked. Can we get another chance here? Nope. That's ways away. Will he get there? No, he doesn't. So that's the first half. I don't know what to make of it. Any comments? Barely any chances so far. You know what? I agree. Let's have a look at the pace. So, going down the wings is not necessarily wrong, I think. We have some quickness out there. Or are they better? It's a 9. These are fairly fast though. If we do more direct passing, which they are, I guess they are fairly incapable of doing that. Passing into space is very attacking. On the other hand, they push up so far that it might be exactly the choice that we're looking for. And, well, in aggregate, our anticipation and off the ball movement could be way worse. So it feels like that might be within our, I guess, capabilities to a degree. So why not? I do not want to sub off Zakaria. But if it comes to it, I will need to be prepared to do it. And he would be replaced by Malik. So, there you have it. The rest of them did not do much yet. Try to fire them up. Tell them that the performance has not been good enough again. Everybody's inspired and very motivated. We could also try to encourage them now, but it feels like that's too much of encouragement. I will challenge them. So, everybody's fired up. Hopefully that translates into performance. We do play more direct style, but Still working the ball into the box. Not sure how that translates on the pitch. We'll see. It will hopefully show. Alright, interesting. It shows in losing the ball at first glance. Well, Juan. Current towards Elbug. That's not bad. Go, go, go! Oh, that's a bad shot. If only he was a little bit faster. But we did create a chance. Now, at least on paper, we have the upper hand, according to chances created. Christopher loses the ball immediately. Elbug's a little tired already. Olex might be the guy for this match. Might. Get back to him. Blocked. Okay. Could be worse. We might lose on the possession side there with the more direct passing. Is it offside? No, it is not. Dangerous, well intercepted. Still dangerous. That's great. Now find a useful passing station, please. That's alright. And apparently nothing came of that counter-attacking opportunity. Clip the crossbar. If we don't score at some point, this goes all the way to penalties. If they don't score. Which is entirely possible that it might happen. So I guess the question is, do we want to wait and sit around in this nervous approach, or do we want to risk it and maybe concede on a counter-attack? Because they have their chances. It's offside. Okay. I figured. Is it attacking already? We're away from home. Don't want to use defensive. Or do we want to sit around and wait until it's 5 minutes until the end of the match? And then fall to one of these accidental goals that they might have? Might be wrong. Could also replace a player or two. The entire stuff with the floated crosses did not work today. I don't know why. But it seems like we did not create space out there. I will take that off too, to give them more of an opportunity to decide for themselves. Early crosses I don't think are needed. So, who's a good addition here? Malik was in good form. We'll use him. Not sure if taking off Ankun is a good idea, but we also need strengthening on the defensive side to a degree. Abdul Malik is a little better defensively, despite not being that creative. But, well, gotta do something. And I also think we will not overload on the left today. And if we do, then, well, I stand corrected. So we'll bring on Harsi. He's fresh. Good off the ball movement. He's not that slow anymore. And now we try to go attacking. For what it's worth, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Then again, somebody told me at some point Who could have known if you do an attacking style, you might score goals. So hopes are we can repeat that today. Seems like the opposition gets a chance there. Go! Close him down. That one too. That's really good. Well done, Fakrilla. Well, most of them seem to be encouraged at least. Yes. Not great though. Yes, feels that way. We are also not used to it, so that might be the issue. I will take that off again. Just because we're not used to it. The higher tempo is what we're used to. So we didn't create anything in comparison. Well, not enough. The get stuck in resulted in 12 fouls. I will take that off too. The triggering press more often feels okay. Harsi, nice pass. Juan, not good enough. Could be better. That's a foul if I've ever seen any. Wow. Now we have a free kick. Baru. Oh. Well, if the goalkeeper would have fucked that up, then we would have had a chance, but he didn't. Sorry. If the goalkeeper would have fumbled the ball, dropped the ball, then we would have had a chance. But he didn't. To demand more and fire up, I'm not sure. We're not at home. This is away from home. So a ball like this is all we need. Nice. It's not in. To increase the pressure and also give us some defensive viability. Yeah, we're minute 70. We might need to make it through the entire match. Well, through 120 minutes though. Elbug also is very tired. They made subs. Thank you very much for reminding me. So who came on? Who came on? They made one sub. Fullback. Can't cross. Finish. What? Okay. So this is a very attacking-minded player. Apparently, he likes to shoot. Or he has the skill. He has no physical fortitude, though, it seems. And, well, we can talk about first touch and composure, or we just leave it as it is. Badrul Hisham as well as Hasan not in. So, yep, Jonathan had an improvement. Not much, though. Mahathir's 6.5, that could be way better. Juan, same. But to be fair, Juan's performance here is to be expected to a degree. We also did not take the yellow carded Zakaria. Not sure if that's a good idea. On the other hand, as a passing player, he's probably better than Malik. So I don't need to play him if I don't want to. Oleg's Rai might come on for Elbug. But if we don't play Elbug in matches like this... the thing is, if I bring on Oleg's now, we have no opportunity to sub a player that might be injured. And this game will maybe see another 50 minutes. Depends on how it goes. Extra time can be a bitch. So I'd rather keep it like this. The two fullbacks is maybe a little much. Then again, maybe it's exactly what we need. Dangerous. Alrightish. Okay, we concede the corner. We did have the better chances now. Well, on paper. Gotta put one into the back of the net though. Well done, and then he doesn't control the ball. Offside? Not offside. Ball bounces around our own penalty area. Harsi, you are still somewhat fresh. Problem is you're probably not sharp. Apparently he doesn't take over his defender. And that's just annoying. Baru, still Baru. You gotta be kidding me. Harsi comes on, out jumps Azwan, and that's it. The rest is history. So now we can go all the way back to balanced. We still have 14 minutes to play. Yet another nice show of skill by Baru, and by the way, this helps him get into his bonus, because this counts as an assist. So, do we bring on Olex now? Well, we could. I guess it's a nice tackle. Thanks, Badrulisham. You're a defensive player, you know. Ibrahim, Idris, dangerous. Don't let him shoot. Let him shoot immediately. Chinsu Sum is there to save the day for now. Did I say that? Yet another one. You know what? I'll put it all on one card. He's anxious. We will tell him that it'll be fine. And I will go defensive here. Keep the tactic as it is. Because otherwise we will give away so many chances. I'd rather not. And I will tell him no pressure. He doesn't react in a positive manner this time. But Olex is a reasonable goal scorer. Yeah, true. Forgot about that. We don't want to create any more chances. Well, we can, but it's not the biggest concern right now. Biggest concern is to make sure that we do not concede. Because if we do, then, well, I just made all the wrong subs. And the wrong changes of tactic. That's definitely offside if it gets to it. Yep. Great. Close him down. It's a corner. I will praise him. It's only one goal, but maybe it suffices. We're away from home. Yes. Yes. 6 minutes. Please make sure it remains that way. One goal is enough. It doesn't need to be pretty. That's not to say they can shoot. Keep it up, guys. 1 minute plus stoppage time. Can we get the result? They also subbed somebody on. Sorry to delay this once more, but I think we will need to have a look. No, they didn't. My bad. I thought they subbed somebody on. I'm not sure why they don't make any changes. Maybe quality on the bench is very low or whatever. The AI doesn't want to. Is this offside? Could be. It isn't according to the referee's assistant. So Chin Sisum did do a good job so far. Is this the end of the match highlight already? Might be. Might not be. 50 seconds. Closing down. Get that ball. Don't let him have another chance. You're fresh. Get him. Well blocked. And Baru for throw. 35. 20 seconds. Get that ball away. Just knock it away. Well, first get it. That could go outside. Nice. Nice. Sure. One goal by Harsi decides that we will make it to... What is it called? Oh, it's not half final. We made it past the quarterfinal. That's it. Fantastic.
Very nice.
Yeah, I agree. Very happy with that. I'm happy with it. So, that means, first of all, Baru didn't score, but provide an assist. Second of all, Harsi had a good experience. Wherever are you? He was here for a bunch of players. I don't care. Ankun suspended for the next match. Malek is not available. We know. We did get a 2-2 draw against Terengganu today, and we did go through to the next round in the Shopee Piala FA quarterfinal. We do not have any injuries so far, other than, where is it here, other than Amamu. He will come back in 2 to 4 weeks though, so hopefully he'll be better. Well, I guess next stream he will not make an appearance yet. And then, what did I forget? League. Let's have a look at it. The league for now, as a goodbye match, maybe. Maybe, I'll consider it. Seriously. Oh, I forgot about the prediction. So, turns out, we won. That's it. Sorry to the person that bet 69 points on losing that match. To be fair, it was rather close. It was a good bet, even though the outcome didn't go your way. So you get your points back. Well, some of you do. I guess it's distributed in... I hope this is in a weighted way. If it is not, then maybe bet less. But then again, thanks for giving back to the community. Community? Yeah. What did I forget? Happiness. Let's have a look at it. So, happiness overall in the squad seems to be fairly high. And the only unhappy player is still Diego. He'll be gone though. He'll be gone prior to playing against Sabah, so I guess we sorted that out to Sharon Nullet. He will play in the next match for his new team, maybe. Not our problem. We will need to find replacements though, and that'll be a big part of next episode, I guess. At least from today's perspective. Yeah, probably tomorrow. Not entirely sure though, as I did one today. I'll tell you on the Discord as always. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have fun creating memes, and we will see each other soon. Bye!